the 2017 PlayStation. My instructions down here. And miscellaneous bag and bag one. This will just be like bigger parts I might need later. Here's bag one. Three minifigures in this bag. Here's our first figure. I don't remember her name. I know these characters have names, but I don't remember their names. For his visor, he has a visor piece. This would be the motorcyclist. His visor was still in the back. Nope. I just don't see it. I found it. Here's that figure. And then I believe the name of this next figure is Dynamite Dave or something like that, I'm pretty sure. And his entire role was basically just dynamite. I remember there was a Lego TV show, Lego City TV show, way back in the day. And he was just, I think he only said one word, and that was dynamite. So, that's him. Next we have his bike. Real pieces on the sides. It's just a classic bike build. You have this, and then you just put the shell, I suppose, on top. That should snap in. Or, in this case, it's just a brick. A plate on a plate. The stickers are already done. This is a set I've had for a long time, but it has been laying in pieces, so I gathered up the pieces and now I'm putting it together again, and I haven't had this set put together in a couple years now, I think. It's been a long time. The same old bike tires combo, where it has little things sticking out on both sides, and then it just clips in. Here's the bike. And any good police officer needs his little traffic waving thing and his handcuffs. Now we're going to start the truck. This is what the first 5 steps look like. There's a lot of blue in here, even though the truck is red, but I think a lot of times designers tend to, just for clarity in the instructions, designers tend to put in weird colors, just so reading the instructions is easier. Otherwise, if you have all the same color, it can be really difficult to see what's going on. And a lot of times, certain designers will have like favorite colors, and they'll use those colors a lot in their creations. I remember when I was younger, I always used to think you could use these pieces to make like a President Business helmet, and it never worked out, but President Business was always my favorite character. So if you look in the back, there is this disc shape, so there's going to be a rotating thing on there. Blue steering wheel goes with the blue interior theme. So this is the 2017 police station set. I think it's 900 some pieces, so it's not particularly huge, but you know, I mean, it's probably the best Lego City police station there's ever been, in my opinion. I mean, there's been a lot, but the classic City Police was great. The Forest Police, I think it was. That one is one of my favorite lines. I never got those sets. I'm not a huge City guy, but the little bit of City I've gotten, Police has always been my favorite. But I feel like City's kind of fallen off lately, and it's not what it used to be. The new sets are just so blah, kind of bad, not gonna lie. But the original sets, I think they're pretty good. They really emphasized play features, but in a less gimmicky way. Like, they put play features in them, but they'd also make them like subtle play features as like features of the build, rather than just like a mechanic. So the latest City builds have kind of been like, you know, lights, magnets, cool things like that. But back in the day, it was just simple play features, like a cool mechanism, that like a lever you flip and something comes out or something opens. Or just even something as different rooms for your figures to play in. I mean, I don't play with Legos anymore, but man, I used to so much, and this was probably one of my favorite sets to play with. So It's very nostalgic going back and building this. See, the truck is coming along very well. We don't have the wheels, and we still have to build this back section, which is what we're starting right now. There's a little bit of Technic here, but you know, Technic's not that bad. I know a lot of people don't like Technic, but I don't mind Technic. I like Technic. I mean, if you're doing a lot of Technic for a long time, it can really hurt your fingers and stuff, but for the most part, I like Technic. It's very structural. I think it's well designed. Right, so this is going to be like a little thing on the back that can carry a minifigure, I believe. It's going to be carrying Dynamite Dave along with his dynamite. And it goes out, and you can put the minifigure in here, but then it also retracts nicely and just clicks into place like that. Lastly, we have the wheels, and that will be bag one in the bag. So it's a pretty basic car, it's a pretty basic vehicle, but I would love to have this as my getaway ride. You know, I think this instruction suggests, yeah, they suggest putting her as the driver and then putting the dynamite guy in the back so he can go around throwing dynamite at the cops that are chasing him. So yeah, that is bag one done. On to bag two, which I believe is also instruction manual number 2, which is this police car. Police cars are some of my favorite city builds. They used to be a lot better than they are now. I think mainly they use fewer pieces than they do now. They used to be way more detailed, way more piece heavy now, especially with the 4 and up line. They're not it. They're not it. Right, so this instruction manual also comes with another figure, which is this policewoman. I don't remember her name, but she has a cool hat hair mold. Oops. So I think that's really cool. Okay, so we have the base. This is slightly different than the truck base. The truck base was basically this, except it didn't have these 1x4 wings on the side. Come to think of it, I don't know what this piece is called. I know it's like a kind of modified plate, but maybe it's like a track or something. Like a 1x2 plate modified with a track or something like that. I don't know. I'm not 100% fluent in the Lego jargon. But you know, if someone doesn't know the piece, I can call out and use my terminology, and hopefully they'll get what I'm trying to say. I think I haven't really built with anyone much. I usually just build by myself. Spend a lot of time making those YouTube shorts. Way too much time, but they're really fun, and I enjoy getting the feedback and stuff. People saying they're good. I mean, I like that. I know some of them aren't very good, but I appreciate the encouragement. One person commented on an illegal building technique I used in the mini Imperial shuttle build, and upon a little bit more research, that was not illegal. an illegal building technique puts stress on a piece to where it could be easier for it to break. But in that case, it was like a modified plate underneath one of these angled plates. So it wasn't fully on. So yes, that would never be in a set because it is not structural in any way, but it is technically legal because it's not putting any stress on the piece itself. Alright, so we're putting the wheelbase on now. If you look closely, there's a plate underneath the one in the back and not on the one in the front. So they're at a different level, which means that the back will be up, tilted up a little bit, so it'll be kind of like, I don't know, tilted in a way. Okay, it looks like we're adding the, I don't know what they're called. There's a term for them. A little, shoot. These on a real car, fenders, the fenders. I think they're called fenders. I'm pretty sure they're called fenders. Right, so we're designing the, or not designing, sorry, I've been building too many Lego mocks. We are assembling the back of the car with the taillights and stuff. So this uses an orange stud underneath a red stud. And it kind of provides a different color. It just makes the color look slightly different. It makes the outer one a little bit brighter because it has that clear orange underneath. It also provides a different texture, and with the orange on the side, it almost looks like it's curving, even though it's really not. So I think that's interesting. I remember gathering the pieces for this set. They're both the gray studs with the holes in them, and then they're the normal gray studs. You have to distinguish between the two, and it's kind of a pain. And I actually made a mistake and had to go back after I had already organized the pieces and stuff and switch one of them out because I accidentally grabbed one with a hole when it was supposed to not have a hole. Okay, it looks like I grabbed the wrong plate. I grabbed a 1x2 tile when I need 1x2 tile with the license plate number. Right, so that will just go on right here. That's the back. How satisfying is this to put this plate on here just like that, cover all of that up. That looks very nice, very sleek. Now we're adding the front fenders. Pretty sure they're called fenders. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they're called fenders, but I do not remember. Looks like this is the front now. It uses an interesting technique with, I don't even know what this piece is called, but pretty much, yeah, this. I don't even know what that piece on the front is called, that black one. I don't even know. But obviously for the headlights, you gotta use headlight bricks. I mean, what else would you use? Man, headlight bricks are fan favorite. Everybody loves the headlight bricks. They're just so useful, and because they have a slight indent, a half plate indent in them, then they make you able to do a lot of texturing in walls and stuff that you otherwise would not be able to do. Right, so putting this on here, just like that, and then we're going to secure that with two angled I don't even know what the term for this is. It's like a 1x2 by 1x2. I don't even know. I just call it a corner, a 1x3 corner bent. I don't even know what I call it. I just call it like a corner brick or something because it really is used in corners. At least I use it in corners. I don't know where else you'd use it, but yeah, I really like that. I really like that that piece. It's very useful for walls and stuff, but in corners it can provide a lot of structure when you're overlaying. front, the back, there's a little bit of blue accent there. I think that looks really nice, and it follows the city police theme of blue and white. Occasionally there's black in there, but it's mostly blue and white. Okay, now there's kind of a contrast here. You have this rounded piece here facing out, and then these sloping inward, because this is going to support the rear wing, which I think is a really cool design. Got a rear view windshield and also rear windows as well going in right there, and then we'll add the rear view wing, or not rear view wing, the rear wing. And that is a little bit of a flimsy attachment. I remember it coming off a lot. Yeah, we got some nice curving over the fenders with, again, I'm pretty sure they call fenders with these, with this cool rounding technique with the different types of round plates. I think that's really cool. So 2 of those, and then should be windshield, top, tires done. Okay, now we just need to add the wheels. Always love popping popping wheels into tires. So satisfying. Pop, 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 pop. Bang, that's that car done. I think it looks pretty good. That's all, and this is apparently the driver for that car. So that's great. That's bag 2. So the bag 3 would be the final little instruction booklet. The next are going to be the big police station. And this one is a helicopter. So bag 3 right here. Figure this time is a helicopter pilot. She's the only other figure with a visor, so here's that. The base is just a plate. I don't really know what the name for this piece is, but it's like a really high stair step kind of. I will be ending the stream after this bag. Again, more blue accent to it. Again, following that white and blue pattern. Again, sometimes black and dark gray. But again, mostly blue and white is the theme of the police. And honestly, it looks pretty clean. There's a lot of tiling on here and texturing, a little bit of texturing, and I think this set looks pretty nice. Maybe it's just the cover though, and once it's built, it won't look so nice. But you know, I'm enjoying this right now. But when I first put this together, I did kind of botch the stickers. So some of the stickers are really bad, to say the least. So, but you know, gotta work with what you got, you know, so. Right. talking, we'll put these over to the side. I really do like the use of these, the kind of boot looking things. The satisfying curve for the cockpit there. It works really well, especially as you'll see with the what do you call it? The windshield. Really blinked there. Okay, headlights. Every vehicle should have headlights so they can see. A lever here looks like it's put at a 45-degree angle. Put that at a negative 45-degree angle because that's what it calls for in the instructions, and I'm much like Emmett in the respect that I need to follow the instructions for things to go right. Alright, so we got these bricks with studs on them, some grilled plates, which might be acting as like a vent of some sort. I don't really know how detailed these helicopters are supposed to be, rather than them just slapping pieces on until it looks like a helicopter. Got some clips. This is where the windshield's gonna attach. We also got some green and red translucent or transparent pieces or whatever they're called as like warning lights, I suppose. I do like this technique of using this modified plate with these Technic, whatever they're called, pieces, and we'll put that on here, and then it'll be flush with the tile, and then you'll put one of these on here, and that's where the helicopter rotor will go. Just clean up this mess with some nice tiling, and boom, you got a really nice helicopter body there, cockpit. The winch, you see with the curves, the windshield goes on really nicely, and that just, I don't know, it looks pretty good. It almost looks like windows too, so. It's gonna go on right here. The track on the bottom is gonna go on. Then we'll have, of course, every good cop needs their handcuffs, and a helicopter pilot is gonna need a good old walkie-talkie to talk to their fellow policemen and catch the crime. So there's a little bit more technique here. It is the shaft that connects the turning rotor. So there's basically one of these, and it uses this piece. I have not seen it in the other set. Just that rear piece. Then it will be one of these with a Technic pin on it, and then the rotor will connect to that Technic pin. So that this just gets plugged in here, and then you put the where'd it go? Then you put the Technic rotor on, and there's Lego logos on one side of the rotor, but I put the Lego logos on the inside, so that it's just, I don't know, I'm particular, so I want it to look as good as possible, so I want the smooth side to be what you see. And then the rotor is just super simple design. Yeah, there's nothing to it. Pop it on, and that should be it. All right, well, that's bags. We got bag one, just this truck and this motorcycle, along with a couple figures. Got bag two, which is this car and its driver. Then bag three, let's see if you can see better. And And then bag 3, this is helicopter with this pilot. So that'll be all for today. That is the first 3 bags. Also the first 3 instruction manuals. There are 3 instruction manuals for all those 3 things. And then for the main police station, there are 3 big instruction manuals, and that will have 7 more bags to it, which will be finished another time. If you did decide to pop in, thank you for watching, and that'll be it.